All right. Uh, so at the end, after we did the armor and got the shield, because you got your shield too, didn't you?
Yep.
Okay. Basically, we found a tavern, um, and a place to stay for the night, and um, uh, he started to, or he bought a round of drinks, and that was about it, or drinks around the house. So it wasn't even just a round. I think he was buying drinks for a couple of rounds.
Okay.
Yeah, he had spent good gold to start to try and butter people up. Because I know he was looking for information from people. You guys had also like cleared the bounty board as well, or guild board of its work. So you do have a bunch of handouts, I believe.
Yeah, yeah, that was one of the things on the way in before we even traded our goods. And they're all sitting in the journal if you want to take a look
Yeah.
at them. Uh, or I can give a quick rundown too if people want, because I have notes.
Notes and notes.
Yep.
I mean, why the hell not?
Oh, okay. One missive was regarding a red-skinned tiefling called Madry. If anybody's seen or knows where they are, please let Frogma or let Tona at Crix's Mixes know. And then there's somebody else that wants some a package delivered to Kresh, willing to pay 10 gold pieces for the delivery, half up front. Speak to Liza at Crix's Mixes. And Brescia, the smith that we talked to and got the short swords from, sorry, um, apparently has a sign out she's looking to kill somebody. And then the fourth one is regarding goblins at a keep called Nestle Nook north of town. Um, and they've apparently reclaimed the keep again, and they want them cleared out. And and once you clear them out, they want us to try and barricade the fort so that it can't get back in, as well as maybe try and figure out why they keep um, trying to take over the fort and um, more and more goblins keep going to it every time they clear it out, which is unusual apparently.
Yes.
Other than that, the only other thing that's kind of group knows about going on is we're expecting uh, them to come talk to Mumbleman about producing the moss rot potions.
Mm.
And Mumbleman is currently uh, in his room because he doesn't like people and is just playing with his supplies and alchemy stuff. And it's going to help out with making that extract if there's time today.
Yeah, that's pretty much where we had left off, was that point where people were starting to retire for short rests and a little bit of downtime. Because that was when Altair was taking a break with Mumbleman. Bjorn had got his own room. And Barney and Goose were in the midst of joining the revelry of drinking and prying for information from people in the town. But we might as well start up a little bit. and
Saw.
I can kind of go over some of the little individual things that don't involve Goose in the moment, and hopefully they'll join us in that time frame. So, I mean, so long as if everyone is all bored.
Yeah, I'm all good to go.
All right.
Yeah, fat kid munching on chips.
It's like, not on the couch.
Nope, in my computer chair.
Oh, yeah. All right, well, I'm going to start with, let's do Altair first. Altair, while you rest, you feel this sort of tingling sensation start to tickle your mind. And you hear in your head, I hope the stars have guided your trail thus far. I wish you safe travels and hope it hasn't been arduous. Walk with pride. As the familiar voice of Rigel rings through your head using some form of sending spell. You can reply to this with 25 words or less if you so choose. But the voice of one of your old mentors from the circle reaching out to you and checking in.
I guess I'd say it's off to a good start. Um, have found two memories and
Are you counting on your
have,
hands?
yeah, sorry. And have been I've got myself confused.
That's okay, man. You can just
And
say.
have extracted one.
Okay, okay.
I got
You sort
myself
of,
confused.
yeah. Sorry, man. I realized as
Nope,
soon
all
as you
good.
started, I was like, "Oh no, you're doing the thing." You're like, "Oh no, I got to be conscious of the 25 words."
You're around 15.
Oh, that's
Once
all I
you,
want to say. So
that's okay. You can feel that sensation leave, and once you sort of relay that part of the message, you feel a vibration that sort of pulses in your newly formed focus, and it sort of lights up slightly and pulses a little bit with energy as that spell fades away. Um, do you leave it be?
yes.
Okay. All right. And with that, you
There
take
is,
that.
I
Sorry, go ahead.
guess, before the rest, other than the vials, there is one other thing I want to do.
Okay.
I still have a big red memory crystal from that I failed to get into previously that I want to try and get into.
Okay.
So I'll try and do that.
Very well. So you're gonna trifle with the red crystal.
Mhm.
Okay. So you watch Mumbleman sort of across the room. He's been toying with his steaming jug and muttering back and forth to himself. And you take this moment to sort of break away from that scene, pull out that crystal that you had brought out of that cave. Or, sorry, I guess you got that one before the cave. But you start to pull that crystal out and try to ascertain what message it holds. So you begin to focus on the crystal.
Mhm.
I'll get a wisdom saving throw from you, please, and thank you. You sort of begin to mess and move it around, spinning up and over, and you realize, okay, yeah, this is where it was, and you touch it and begin to focus and expand your mind like you would try to hone in on some of the other crystals that you're familiar with. This time, the painful sensation is not present. It does begin to sort of flash your vision and grant you that message that was stored inside. And this one isn't so much a visual representation as it does just kind of go dim and dark. But the entire time and over a little bit of time, it starts to become audible of the sound of weeping or like someone crying. It's a woman. A woman's crying. Not like bawling, but she's weeping. And that sort of carries for a couple strong minutes of this. And it goes kind of quiet. And then, why? Why is this happening to me? And out of the entire vision, or I guess memory stored within this crystal weeps, and whoever or whatever was relaying this message, it's stored that they are indeed lamenting or weeping, but there's no visual representation to the memory or anything like that. It's not like that one you'd seen where the shadowy figures were holding balls or spheres like that. It's nothing like that. This one is a audible, almost, I don't want to say loop, but it sounds like it would be until that voice speaks before it fades away. You don't suffer any damage. You don't have that piercing sensation in your mind. But whatever memory is stored within this crystal is that of a woman who is weeping and asking why and why this is happening to her. Before you are realizing that you can exit that sort of memory in that crystal and snap back to reality a bit.
And I am done.
Okay. Bjorn, you sort of begin to prepare your newly purchased longbow, stringing it with that roll you obtained from Brescia in the middle of town. The string itself is a little bit oil slicked, which makes the notch not really tight right at the end. You kind of set it to the proper height for your knock, and after you finish, you start to recollect on that vision that you had, and you sort of try and flex and sort of feel that same ignition of power, that surgence that you had felt. That flowed through your body as Thorm commanded you to prove yourself. You sort of ponder the meaning of all that and of that challenge, and you sort of try to reconnect to that moment. But it's just these weird cryptic memories, like the ruins of your home before you started that felt so vivid, and like the ascent and the climb and that sense of thunderous energy that was booming from your body as you sort of lit up like a lightning bolt. You are definitely not of your known father's legacy, and plus you're always a lot taller than he was, so but maybe in time as you sort of focus and you will learn what it means to be a true storm giant, and maybe Thorm knows even more about your mother's true circumstance, but maybe to get that information out of him you have to become stronger or something in his eyes. And everyone hears voices cheer from outside as a large crowd's gathering within Loma's lounge. This would be the point where Goose and Barney are starting to put forth the pre-bought drinks and run up a big tab and pay for everyone and start to really let that go. The lounge lights up in spirits, I guess, now with Barney. And ale begin to flow within earshot of everyone who was called out. There's several people sitting at tables that come over and start to share their thanks with you and Goose. Mostly common folk that you can see, laborers and workers that don't really judge harsh by your Goose's more rough appearance. But the two burly men that had already were somewhat inebriated before they had this grow more boisterous with this gift. And they start to hang out closer to you after that. There are a number of people who are having other little muffled conversations that are out-volumed by the others that are close by. And then there are the others that just choose to stay at their tables as Mama Loma starts to divvy out cups, and she pours out 3 bottles of wine almost instantaneously, just before she opens another crate, which reveals several more. She pulls a couple more bottles out. You can see a couple merchants on the outside of this that are sort of talking back and forth that a little bit. But Barney, you sort of are, let me see where this goes. Taking this in as Goose is starting to converse with people, but you feel nature call. Do you slip away?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. Very, very relieving, and it's almost enough to take your mind off your wounds for as you sort of gently remind yourself as you touch your head and your neck And you even with the new wraps off, you're sort of letting the wounds breathe a bit, but it sort of gives you this moment of semi-intoxication time to think.
I actually might have taken my drink with me and would have thought I might go for a walk for some fresh air after.
Okay.
Too many
So,
people.
yeah, in that moment of walk, as you sort of, get some space, get some air, you have the thought of, as you're touching your head, your wound, that, Stephen would have probably really cleaned that up for you. And if Stephen was here, fuck, you probably might not have even happened in the first place. But you remember, you're sort of lost in thought of Stephen, and that voice that had reached out to you before or after you had lost him sort of comes back in finally, and you sort of try to focus in and listen. And it sort of sends a bit of shivers down your spine as you hear it again. The grief of loss can be a powerful obstacle to overcome, a feat few ever truly accomplish. Many writhe in solitude, bound by regret and the inability to accept reality. Lament, Drakond, lament, and confide in me, and allow me to confide in you. For we are more alike than you could ever believe. And with my faith in shambles, as I fall, has led me to commune with you. Yet your heart thirsts for direction, Umbrian. Will you heed my call?
I'm like, oh. I hiccup. I'm like, yeah. Okay, sure. I'm still
You're
kind of looking around. I'm like, oh.
Yep. This voice is sort of sourceless. And you start to look around and you're like, okay, what the fuck is happening? Your holy symbol sort of thrums and vibrates around your neck. Share your stories to the moonlit sky, Drakond. I'll sit by idly and listen to your woes, as I wane from your sight, but not from your mind. If I've itched your curiosity enough, maybe you'll entertain my plight and the inevitability of this realm. Seek like-minded denizens of yours who worship the same in silence to learn the truth of this world. And that voice fades away. You snap back to reality for a second, hearing the boisterous crowd a little bit away now that you've walked away from. And you sort of watch as you look back, Goose sharing conversations with people before you either choose to continue on walking or go back. It's up to you.
I'll go back for now and drink.
Okay. But I would say
I'll
about
think over the night about it.
okay. About an hour or so passes, and crowds begin to fade in and out, some coming and going. Mama Loma pours the last of the tabbed alcoholic beverages, which is about a total of 6 bottles of wine, some bottle of spirits, and a few dozen ales, but the supplied tab runs out. But that gains you the clout of the people who had partaken. And it's just pushing into midday at this point. The overcast skies from earlier begin to shower once again as the drops from above. This dripping comes from the large branches that are overhead in the sky, moved by the wind and finding purchase down below. But as you're outside, Barney, you get back to the crowd, and then you hear it, this loud crackle overhead, this and it draws the attention of everyone as they look up and they watch this large branch just begin to fall from the tree, thousands of feet up above. It's kind of really hard to predict the angle at first, and it starts to come, and so people are like, oh my god, what the fuck? As it becomes apparent, though, after time, it's not going to hit the city, lands instead out to sea as you lose sight of it behind the horizon of buildings and some of the second-story houses. And then the loud slam and kind of goes quiet for a second before people start to look back to one another and speculate as you hear this general commotion stir across town. And you see guards that begin to rush to different sections of the city, forming rank and then moving through. Everyone who is inside as well hears this impact and feels the tremors that shake the room and the furniture. And then quiet follows. and then the waves hit the harbor with another loud splash that you can hear, and then you hear distant horns and voices carry as people begin to straighten up and sort of start to take off. Um, you watch a couple owlins fly by, Barney, in the sky towards the harbor, swooping overhead with weaponry drawn. Everyone, again, who sees this growing commotion and tension as Mama Loma stands up on a table and speaks out. Those who wish to come inside, but I'm about to down the hatches and shut down. Cabs can wait. Get home and be safe, loves. As she sort of then hops off and begins to help some of her employees wrangle baskets and food inside before you realize that she's going to start closing down shop here. Obviously, we're going to backtrack when Jesse gets here to go through what Goose wanted to talk about in that moment. But tension is rising as a large section of tree has fallen off and landed into the harbor front outside of town. Altair, Bjorn, and Mumbleman, you feel that and like realize like, oh shit, the fuck is that earthquake? But yeah, there's a number of footfalls that pick up as guards move through. You can see guild soldiers have formed rank and are pushing through the streets. As I'm not going to say chaos ensues, but there is definitely an air of urgency around
This is
town.
where we were staying, right?
Yes.
Okay, just want to make sure. I'll as soon as I realize what's happening, I'll start helping like take stuff inside.
Okay, yeah, which they do. There's a number of people that are kind of just rifling crates inside, and you can see as one of these gets shut down, and then like a hatch pulled over it, and then gets like a log shoved in it to sort of keep it like a storm shutter. But yeah, a number of people are just leaving. I'm not going to say running and fleeing, but a lot of people are making haste, most likely to get back home or get somewhere safe.
I'd probably just uh I asked Mumbleman, I'm like, hey, are you okay? Like, are you good? If I go check, see what's going on.
I'm fine, but I'm steadying the apparatus I was working on, making sure things don't mix or, and turn down the flame if there's a flame going.
So I guess I just stick my head out of our room and like look around, and if there's anyone within, like, I guess talking distance, I just say, "What was that?" Like, yell at them. What was that?
You can see some people that are in the midst of flurry packing things inside. One large door that was once open that led outside is closed. Inside, you can see Mama Loma is in the midst of sort of moving things over. She's half talking to someone as you pop out and say that, and she's like, um, some sort of large, I'm not going to say explosion, but a large slam, you know? We're just going to take precautionary measures, close the doors, get inside for a bit. Don't want to repeat the night before. And but there is one door still open as you guys were in the main building. Bjorn, you were in one of the buildings, same building, but across the way a little bit.
I'll just ask her. I mean, does she need help with anything?
I think we're good now, love. If you want to just
Okay.
stay inside, you can. If not,
Okay. I'll go back in then, and I'll just let Mumbleman know what's up.
And does he describe a branch falling off the big tree or just a loud crash?
I probably just a loud crash. I don't think I'd mention.
Well, I wasn't sure
Uh,
if she mentioned it to you or not, so uh, not a problem. So yeah, I continue shutting down my operation that I had going, and start disassembling it to pack it up just in case we need to move quickly.
okay.
So am I like in my room then right
Yeah.
now?
Yep, you would have been in the
Did
midst of your thoughts and stringing your bow and all that when you heard and felt that tremoring.
would I have finished my bowstringing or no?
Yeah, I would say at this point it would have been about an hour and a bit since you guys had initially went in there. So you would have time to have done that and sort of sit and chill for a bit before.
All right, I want to come walking out with my new bow and everything, my other bow on me. What happened? Another storm come about? Like looking around trying to ask people like what's going on, what happened?
There was a bit of a crash outside, so we're just taking our time to get everyone inside, make sure everything's all right. I won't keep you here, but you're welcome to stay.
I mean,
I think the
I got a
tree's
room
acting up again.
I have a room up there. But do you need help moving anything?
I think we're good now, love. Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna head upstairs out to the room then and back to my room. And if you need anything, don't hesitate but to ask.
Of course, of course, of course.
Kind of head back in my room, looking up at the sky, because in my brain, I don't think it's the tree. I think it's storm.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. And you do. You head back inside. Barney, you see a guard sort of approach the establishment, and you can see like Loma looks out towards him. She's like, ah. It's like, is everyone all right? We're just doing check-ins. We're just making sure everyone's fine. No, I think we're good here. Move forward, move on, go see what's happening. And she's like, okay. He's like, all right. The weirdest things happen here, I swear to God. Now I just don't know if I'm going to shut down for the day or not. Maybe I should.
I mean, unless the storm stops, I don't see anyone coming back.
That's kind of what I figure.
You might as well relax and have a drink with me. And I hand her the bottle I have.
She reaches up to grab it from you, and she's like, yeah, why not? Starts to down some of it. Slams it down.
I'll sit back in a chair and relax.
Now that the hubbub has died down a little bit and most of the people are gone, that's when Mumbleman will come out of his room with and he'll look at Altair and invite him to. There's fewer people out there. We can relax now.
Yeah, I'll follow Mumbleman around.
And you walk out of your room, and you can see as you've now left that room, you sort of only poked out a little bit before, but yeah, you can see she's got the inside of her bar kind of all shut down. Windows are closed, hatches are shut. One of the two large doors still rests open, but the other one is sort of hatched closed. You can see Barney and Goose in there sitting with quote unquote Mama Loma and one other patron who didn't chose not to leave. But yeah, it looks like business was kind of cut short for the day. Oh, yoo-hoo! Knock,
Um,
knock, and you hear like a on their door, and you sort of look over, and you can see Osa sort of sitting there, leaning against the wall with her arms crossed.
has she noticed Mumbleman yet, or can he sneak away?
You can definitely speak, but you can say what you were going to say before she walked up, if you wish.
No, like, can he sneak away? As in, like, if she hasn't seen him, he's
Oh,
seen
sorry.
her.
Okay, sorry. I thought you said speak away. I was like, oh
No,
yeah, sure, man, give her Um, but yeah, you're sort of sneak off, and present would be Altair, Goose, and Barney, which she sees you guys. She goes, "Hey, there you guys are. You guys all right? Everything good here? A little bit of crash, boom, bang going on. All right. Well, I don't know where the rest of your team scurried off to, but here she starts to hand one of you a thing of rolled up sheet of parchment that has this large sort of sealed wax stamp on the top part of it. Who will take this from her?
I will, I guess.
Okay, she goes, "This is for Mom Man, if you wish to sort of pass that off to him." But before she lets go of it, you sort of grab it and she kind of doesn't pull you closer, but leans in a little bit and she goes, "I don't know what entirely involved with what Timaeus and Elvio have devised here, but between you and me, keep sharp about it. Kind of rubs me the wrong way. And I don't really trust Elvio, so." But, also, the job board, it's quite loaded up lately, guys. If you've picked a really good time to come to town, and also passing along a message that Valeria really took notice of the amount of harvest you brought in, so keep up the good work. And she sort of like looks around to you guys, like, and then over to Mama Loma and nods. But yeah, I need to get back to the branch. Duty calls, guys, and maybe one day I'll have enough time to sort of sit back and relax like you guys. Drink midday. She sort of laughs, begins to sort of walk off a little bit with a bit of a overhead salute wave, and she leaves you with this rolled up missive in her hand, in your hand. Sorry.
I'll give it to Mumbleman whenever I see him next.
Okay.
As soon as she's gone, Mumbleman will reappear, basically.
She
Um,
wanted. She brought this here for you.
I'll take it from him and I'll look at it. Do I recognize the seal?
The seal isn't stamped or anything like that. It's just sort of like a wax
Okay.
to to keep it closed. But do you read that? I'll post it to you because it's
I'll read it to myself, like tilted away first, and then depending on what
yeah.
it
No,
says,
no,
I'll
that's what I
share.
figured.
Oh, here we go. Sealed letter to Mumbleman.
You guys watch Mumbleman open this letter and begin to sort of read it. Those who are present. Um, you hear a number of footfalls in march unison as well outside. Those who sort of peek, those who don't, would see a troop of Ballasteers militia moving through town in order. They seem to be heading into town, not out of town.
Is there a fire going in our hearth somewhere?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I will drop the letter into the hearth.
Okay, very well. And I will delete that. Deleted. You guys watch Mumbleman just kind of shoot over and crumple up and throw in that note.
Stupid guilds and won't leave me alone ever. Same old, same old. Boss rot. Never should have figured out how to do that.
What did they want?
Oh, they want me to produce the potion. But they want to enslave me to do it, basically. I I wish they'd just leave me alone. All about their money and think they can buy the world. World's more than money, don't you know?
I can't say I recognize any of you. You are all part of the guilds in town?
No, I'm not part of the guild. I don't work for them, I do my own thing. If they just
Okay,
leave me
well,
alone, I'd still be out there at my house. Wouldn't have burned down. Guilds did that too,
I'm,
you know.
I'm sorry, love. Would you like a drink about it? This is a place for lounging. It's for relaxing. Give us a bit of time before I open the doors again, and then we can all just sit back and relax and let our woes be in the past.
Yes,
Amen.
yes, to the past. And I'll take a drink. from her.
See? And how about that? So, as you sort of have that swig, you begin to hear open fire from somewhere in town. And it's a familiar sound of the lets of musket fire, usually held by the Ballastier militia. They begin to open fire somewhere in town, and the noise starts to carry through and echo through the streets.
I perk up at that and look to the others to see what their reaction is.
Mama Loma pops up. She's like, "Oh!" And you realize that the other guy, the other patron, has sort of just slipped away at this point too. Hearing that, they've left.
Would Bjorn hear all this
Oh yeah,
happening?
yep.
Okay. I come like, you could partially say, dashing out of my room, like bow and arrow cocked in my bow, just running out, like ready to go. Like, what is this? I'm looking around.
There's a bit of silence as soon as you say that. What is this? Again, you hear that.
Oh, they must be fighting something somewhere.
Should we go see what's going on?
Ugh. Why not?
Well,
I think might as well
not
use
really
our
our
help.
business, is it?
I mean, whatever they're fighting, if it comes into town, no matter what, it becomes our business at that point.
No. Okay.
I start heading that way then.
Pretty much mad dashing towards the front gate, or wherever I hear the firing coming from.
Yep. So as soon as you branch out onto the thoroughfare, the lot of you are. Is everyone in tow?
Yeah, but I'm more at the rear.
Okay.
I'm stumbling behind.
Um, do
Sorry,
I
I'm just.
notice his state of being?
Is Barney quite inebriated at this point? Or are you still holding together? Josh?
I'm sorry.
Is Barney inebriated?
Well, he's gonna be like. I mean, we were drinking for a while, but so he'll be like pretty buzzed.
Okay.
For
Okay.
sure.
Passive perception. Do I know that he's inebriated, or do I just think he's drunk?
Yes. You'd think he's drunk.
Okay, then I will leave him be if I just think he's drunk.
Okay. You begin to rush through the streets. Make a perception check for me, please, and thanks. As that as you reach one crossroads in the center part, one that would lead towards the direction of the market, you realize that the sound is coming from two different directions. One more so towards the harbor, another more towards the central part of town, residential area.
dart more towards the residential area.
Okay. And as you do, you start to realize and direct yourself, and you march forward, branching street corners, pushing past people who are running. And as you get closer and closer to the sound, it gets louder and louder. The atmosphere is a lot more intense as you realize people are now rushing away. The sound is, it's over there, it's on the top of the building. One more corner and you will most likely see whatever they are engaged with.
Running it.
Okay. You guys are in the top left corner of this map. You branch through, push through some houses, and as you do, you see one ballastier guard with his musket raised up high. This let a large plume of smoke out the end of it. as you watch one husk or a barklet jump off the top of the roof, get shot by it, and then land on 2 feet, stumble backwards. This one pounces onto this guy and starts to attack this one. There is definitely a fight going on here. This guy over here aims, shoots, blasts this one apart off of the one that was there, but he seems to have been felled on the ground. There is definitely a fight partaking here in town. If you wish to partake in this fight, initiative rolls, please and thank you. The house you can see.
Wow. Sorry.
The house that you can see is in a clear state of dismay. There are crystals protruding up through the yard and part of the house. Roots and vines have covered and broken through the roof. And you can see a number of those husk creatures jump down and off of the roof into the streets on either side of the house. You can see another of some guards that have now moved up and have been started to engage, while gunfire is still being let towards some of the creatures. But there is a number of creatures pouring forth from this one spot in particular. I see Jesse has joined Roll20, but not the other.
It normally takes him a minute or two to get on Discord, so you might want to just
Yeah,
take a
we'll
breather.
we'll give it a sec here. Excuse me.
We haven't got initiative from Josh yet, or it didn't come up in order anyways.
It doesn't turn track because it's the token's not saved to my sheet. It's saved to
Oh,
the other sheet.
I see. I can work on that. I can figure it out.
Rolled a 27.
Yeah, you did. Oh, and I need two more. Okay, that's not so bad. Mm, 11? Yes. And then obviously Jesse once I get here. But chaos in town. Bing, bing, bing. I know, it's so exciting right now.
It is.
Being
Or we can
idle.
start the battle and you can have Jesse join in a little bit late on that round.
Yeah, that's what we're going to have to do, aren't we? Because, Altair, you're up to start this off. The chaos is definitely ensuing in town now as screams let from townsfolk and people, creatures pouring forth and jumping out of this building, and are attacking guards and anyone close enough to them. You can see some of the long-range fighters are beginning to fall back while still shooting and trying to maintain order, but they might be becoming a little bit overwhelmed here.
Okay. Where was I? I am moving right there.
Okay.
And then um bonus action, I'm gonna assume my starry form of an archer.
Okay.
So I shed bright light, 10-foot radius, dim in another 10-foot.
What does everyone see when you take this form?
I like to there's just like a spectral bow that appears in my hands.
Okay.
Um, that's just it's just white light. Um, and I can't do anything with it this turn. But as my action, I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt on. How do I ping? On that first one we see. I don't know how to ping. Can't find it.
It's a double tap your arrow. So
Oh.
yeah.
But yeah, there is one that's fairly close. This was the one that was being
Okay.
engaged by this soldier here.
Yeah, I'm gonna Guiding Bolt it.
Hell yeah, you are.
Suppose. That's why. Ew.
But 10 unfortunately goes a bit wide and then blasts into the side of the house, which takes out one of the windows on the side, and it radiant energy sort of charring some of the vine overgrowth. You see the soldier turn now, realizing that they have reinforcements, and you can see like that moment of like them stepping back to shoot as you emerge and sort of reinforce them. They're like, and stand upwards and begin to just like jam pack their to reload their weapon real quick. But,
Okay. That's my turn.
okay, Barney, you are up. Josh.
Okay, there we go. Mike's muted.
Way to go.
I'm just going to run up behind with you, and I really can't do anything else. So I'm just gonna kind of gander in and just taking as much information I can now that I'm around the corner and can kind of see
Yep.
over on this side and just kind of inspect the fight.
Okay, hell yeah. You start to take that in, and you can see obviously this completely destroyed and overgrown house. But there's a number of creatures that begin to just start to spawn and appear from it. Altair sends some magic off that blasts into the building um, before you sort of see everything, and then does that end your turn?
I actually forgot I could take the dash action, and so I'm not gonna full dash, but I'm gonna move up to this like corner pole here,
Okay.
and then look from there.
And you
Okay.
definitely see a lot more of the protruding crystals out of the ground that have just broken right up through the earth. Have they destroyed like garden beds and fence posts, and even part of the side of the house is collapsed in. The roof's given way. A lot of vines and overgrowth has just busted through the center of this house.
Yeah, that'll be
But
the end of my turn.
okay. This creature here bound leaps over here and then jumps onto this guy here and begins to attack him, while this one rushes over and attacks this one. You can see the guards are trying to defend themselves, but are being obviously attacked and overrun in the moment. Um, this one runs that way, and in that, Mumbleman, you're up.
Mumble Man is going to move up to behind Altair, use him for cover. Oops. And then going to use his slingshot to attack this one. But before he does that, he's going to use his bonus action to coat it with poison.
Oh my gosh.
So.
Okay.
Does it hit? With an 11?
I have lost my fucking pen. But no, an 11 unfortunately does not fucking hit.
Clearly, it doesn't hit. You need your sword, silly.
So yeah, now there's this little bolt stuck in that cart going twang.
Okay. Lost all my fucking pens. But yes, that unfortunately does not fucking hit. And yes, that sinks into that cart over there. You can see the guard trying to parry strikes off before they looks like they're getting ready to fucking full swing at them.
I'm gonna blame the end of that fence. I was trying to shoot around it and it distracted me.
Okay. Anything else Mumble Man would like to do?
No, that's his movement, his bonus action, and his action. So
Okay. This soldier here is going to. Oh, hey, man.
Hello. Looks like I
Welcome.
joined just in time.
Indeed, we're getting into a little bit of combat here. So if you want to give Goose a little initiative roll here, and then we'll get into it. And then we can also sort of retcon and go back a little bit to that bar celebration that you had anticipated. But we'll go through this first. Soldiers begin to attack the creatures. This soldier here dodges out of the way of one attack, strikes across, drawing out his sword. It definitely hits. It sinks in, cuts off a good section of bark and wood across the front of the one barklet there. Another soldier does the same, moves to sort of move in defensive against the other one that was down here. That one does not make purchase as they begin to struggle to fight and defend themselves. This gunner here is going to shoot towards the one that's close to him. 14 hits. You see a good shoulder chunk of like what would look like a tree pauldron of some sort just gets blown away. The creature, you hear this like shrill sort of sound emerge from that body as it turns towards him now. Looks like it's getting low and to run and charge him, which it then does. It runs, jumps, hits, and he kind of you see him move back a little bit of gout of blood on the ground. Some of the other ones also begin to emerge from the house and start to move up the street. That's an initiative of 8 for Jesse. 1 sec. And then, yeah, no, that technically would have done that. But Goose, you're up, followed by Bjorn in this moment. So, Jesse, this part of town is currently being attacked by a number of the tree creatures that have emerged from this house that had been overtaken during the previous night. But there was a large, I can give you a little bit fill in after, but this is where you've ended up in the moment, seeing what the commotion in town has led to, and it's this.
All right.
You are at the top left hand at the moment.
I'll just move here and I'll chuck a javelin at this dude.
Okay. Javelin throw.
Actually narrate it just like that.
A 17 hits. Damage. Six points. Okay.
And I'll put my hunter's mark on it with my bonus action.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Okay. So yeah, that javelin sinks in. You watch it almost buckle, and it starts to sort of vibrate and shake as the damage it's taken before. Plus, this has left it sort of right on the edge. That ends your turn, though. Bjorn, you sort of watched this initial rush go down, but it's your turn to act.
I move up to about right there, and I
Okay.
pull out my longbow. Just preemptively, I'm going to use my action surge because I'm going to notch 2 arrows to fire off 2 arrows.
Okay.
Just flare with it.
Yep.
I'm shooting at. Oh, come on, where's the ping?
Mine's pushing. Mine's click and hold. I don't
Okay,
know if it's different for everyone else.
so
But...
this one and this one are the two I'm aiming at.
Okay.
Do either one of them have cover at all? Or
Sorry, this one down here would be pretty hard to see past the angle of cart that you're on. Although I know you sort of ignore cover, it is kind of a little bit out of sight just from the angle you're on. But there is still another one that's present right here. But yes, that's
so
up to you.
I'll do this one and that one.
Okay. Action surge, you say? 13 just hits on the first one. Oh, and a natural 20. Oh my gosh. Which one's for which? First one was for this one?
Yes.
Okay, so that one sinks in pretty hard, right into the top part of the neck shoulder area where it connects, and it sort of hits the side of the cart. And the soldier realizes that it's got backup now, and it looks like he's getting ready to either pin it down or do something with it. It is still standing. This one, though, mind you, describe how you destroy this one.
So Bjorn kind of licks his fingers and grabs 2 bows out. And as he does it, you kind of see out of the corners of your eyes, you see a little lightning ricochet off his hand. And I notched both back and they spread apart with almost like lightning shooting between them to push them away from each other. And then one digs in really deep, the one that's closest, because it has all of that momentum behind it, and just shoots straight through it, taking like a good chunk of where its head would be, just straight off. Pierces to the little building right behind it.
Awesome. And it does, and it knocks that top part off, and then part of it just crumbles under its weight as it's sort of ejected back about 5 feet from the impact. The other one, though, looking pretty critically wounded after that as well.
That's my turn.
Okay, okay. That one is dead, and that other one is dead. This one rushes over and begins to attack that guy there. She's successful in doing so. Okay. Next up is you watch that was previously hidden just due to the angle of the house. This creature emerges out onto the street. It's taller, probably about 6-7 feet tall, really thin and lanky, almost mocking some sort of humanoid-like growth, but it has large, almost like tree-like antlers on the top of its head, long or gangly arms that sort of dangle out to the side, gnarled in its appearance. And as it sort of emerges onto the street, it has like a I don't want to say like a witch-like appearance, but it raises its arms up with these gnarled claws, and you can see it just sink them into the ground, and it begins to sort of glow as you watch the vines and all that around it begin to react to it. And in it doing so, you see from some of these vines the emergence of sacs or bulbs that grow from it and begin to sort of like burst open and pop open as you watch more and more of those creatures emerge from those growths that it produces as a number more of them just appear on the tops of the houses and in the vines. Bringing us back to Altair in this moment as you realize that this creature is calling forth more or creating more in the moment.
I am going to move my 30 feet there. And then I'm going to try and guiding bolt them
Okay,
again.
sure thing. Guiding bolt. Oh man.
hell.
Yeah, I feel so bad. Unfortunately, goes wide. This one instead obliterates the part of this cart as it radiant energy just chars up against the side of it. The creature almost not even having to move too much. It just didn't make purchase to its fucking head. And
Now I'm going to try my Archer Bolt from my Wild Shape as a bonus action.
okay, hey, a 17 fucking hits. Okay,
Okay,
hey,
6 radiant damage.
yeah, and it sinks into the side of it and it begins to sear it, and this radiant energy it looks over towards you afterwards. This creature taking notice of you now.
That's it.
Okay. Barney, you are up, followed by Mumble Man.
I'm gonna stumble my 30 feet past Altair, and right as he's about to shoot off his bolt, I kind of stumble my way in front of him, and he has to pull his hand sideways to not hit me. And I'll just come in behind this thing. I'm like, "Hey, stay away from that guy!" And I'll just come and try to slash him over the top.
All right, you get a +2 to this because you're technically flanking with that guard. 24 definitely hits. And it was already previously wounded by Bjorn's arrow. How do you fell this dude?
Like I just kind of stumble my way in there, like, "Hey!" And I just stumble my way into this really clumsy overhand chop and just kind of catch it in the neck and
Yeah,
give it like most of the way, but not all the way. And it's like, ugh, I pull my sword out of it and I kind of stumble back.
okay, and you do like, oh, thanks. Let's get these things. And you see him like pull, like he's fending himself for a second. Then now he's looking to aid where he can. So,
Yeah, let's get him.
all right, ending your turn or anything else you're doing, Barney?
It's the end of my turn.
Okay, Mumble Man, you
Yep.
are up.
Okay. I'm gonna use this fence for cover. Or, well, not. Well, I can't use them for cover, but to keep them away from me.
Yep.
So I'm going to move down here. And again, bonus action for poison and firing my slingshot at this guy. With the big main guy.
Okay. 22 definitely hits.
Okay, so let me figure out the poison again here.
Okay. Con save also.
Yeah, DC 14 con save.
18. So yeah, succeeds on that. Is it half damage?
No damage.
No damage. Okay. Oh, no damage, no effect. I see. Okay. Yes, poison not affecting it in this moment, but the sling does land true and sort of sinks into it, and you can see now it withdraws its claws from the dirt and begins to turn towards where it's being attacked from.
And that is my turn.
Okay. This one here is going to attack. Natural one does not, and indeed swings past, falls prone on the ground over here. This one runs and jumps off, lands here, does the same, lands there. This one jumps off the side here. That ends that. Soldier's up. This soldier rushes down to help his buddy, where these two then just immediately double team this one on the ground and just begin to hack, slash, and stab it out. These two guards completely destroy this one. The gunner shoot. Gonna shoot. One hits, one does not. This guy over here shooting, hitting this one. This guy starts to rush backwards as that one jumped off the roof and landed. Shoots, misses. Goose, you're up, followed by Bjorn.
You forget about this guy.
All right, I'm gonna run over to this dude right here. Snag
Okay.
out my. Uh, is that the one that my javelin went into?
Yeah, that one is the one right there on the ground. Yes.
I'll use a bonus action and put my hunter's mark on that guy,
Okay.
and then I'll hit him with that javelin that I ripped out of his friend.
Okay. Little hoo-ha combo here.
Ooh, before I do that, does this tree dude look particularly rideable?
He looks like a humanoid one that you'd fought a couple of these before. He doesn't look any different than some of the ones you've fought so far.
Gotcha.
22 definitely hits. I think you can roll an additional d6 due to Hunter's Mark.
Yep.
Okay. 22 hits, 6 plus 5. Okay. You sink in that javelin real far into it, and it almost like makes purchase with that shining core in the center of it. It begins to flash and sort of writhe a bit before it collapses to one knee, sort of at your feet, and is barely holding on.
Cool. That'll be my turn.
Okay. Bjorn, you're up.
I want to take a shot at the big old weirdo, the green humanoid,
Okay.
summoning more with me longbow.
Hell yeah, you do.
Mm,
14 hits and 11 points of damage. Describe to me how you fell that creature.
Uh, just grab an arrow, turn the longbow sideways, and cock it up in the air to get this trajectory right, and utter under my breath, Thorn thinks not strong, and let it go. And it just flies up in the air. And as it comes down, the creature looks up, and it just goes right through its eyeball.
Awesome. And yeah, it was in the midst of getting ready to either pounce or charge towards those close by, the guards or Barney or someone, but as it does, it catches up at that last moment, looks up, and Barney, you watch right through the center of its head and into its eyeball, just an arrow sinks through, and as it goes to like rush, like it gets one step before it just hits the ground, like Peter Griffin arms sort of all twisted up behind his back and digs into the ground a bit before it just kind of comes to rest there. Felling that creature successfully. Anything else that you're doing, Bjorn?
Kind of just let out a big old yell, just out of excitement. My character's like,
And out of that excitement, that yell that you let out is matched also by the shrills that begin to emerge from all of the barklet creatures that are still alive as they all in unison begin to start to begin to either thrash wildly and look like they're all beginning to either go berserk or on a rampage after that. So that there's okay. Top of the turn, they're going to have this one turn is going to rush over to Goose. Goose, there are two before you. One is going to make an attack against you on the very front here. The one that you had, the one that rushed over to the side of you. Okay, I think that hits. Yeah. Oh, awesome damage. 5 points of damage. But yeah, that one rakes some claws across the side of you, and you kind of turn for a moment to like try to defend yourself, but you can't. You get struck by it, and as you look down, the one that was sort of hurt and kneeling towards you on the front is going to make an attack upwards towards you. 16 to hit. Does that hit Goose? Jeffy?
My bad. I was on mute.
No, that's okay. 16 hit.
Nope.
No,
Does not.
okay. Scrapes by as it looks like it was trying some sort of dirty tactic or something like that to really take advantage of the situation, but was not successful in doing so. This creature is done. Yes, that one is finished. This one here is going to attack this guard. Hits. This guard goes down. And then this one rushes over to him. Does the same thing. Oh, another 18 hits. This guy's looking hurt. But now we're back up to the top. Altair followed by Barney.
I'll shoot the arrow at the one that crit Goose.
Okay. 21 definitely hits. 9 points of radiant damage as that arrow sinks into its back and begins to char it with radiant energy. But it starts to just like writhe, locked in place, still sort of still holding on.
Then I will. I'll move right here. Like, yeah.
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay, Barney, you're up.
Wait, I'll cast guidance on myself just in case I need to make an ability check sometime in the next minute.
Awesome.
Okay. Barney's gonna step up into this like gap right here, and kind of get his shield and sword ready. And slam his sword off his shield. And be like, yeah, come on! To these two right here.
Okay, which they do turn their attention to you.
But I'm not gonna leave this spot because I don't want to let them get behind me.
Okay,
And then I will hold my attack for the first one that comes in.
sure thing.
It's range.
Okay, Mumble Man, you're up.
Okay, Mobile Man is going to cast Grease, hitting. Oh no, he's dead already. Both of these guys. So this guy and this guy.
Okay, is that deck saves?
Yes, it is. Let me just throw it up for you.
Both fail.
Okay, so they both fall prone.
Okay. You watch this ball of grease hit the side of this house, Barney, and it just covers these two before they kind of slip, slide, and fall and hit the ground.
Now, this area, 10 cubic feet, is covered in grease.
Okay.
And then I will move. And hide behind this pillar, preparing to attack
Okay.
the next round.
You got it. All right, so these ones now are going to join the fray by expending half their movement to stand up. And then it is difficult terrain in the grease, correct?
Yep.
So this one comes out covered in grease, takes 2 steps this way into your melee held attack, Barney.
Yay!
And then
Where's my moves? Oh, I closed. Okay. I forgot I accidentally closed the game, so my character sheet's not up.
Oopsals.
Please.
Oh, yeah, 22 definitely hit. You sink into this one here, cut off a good part of the section of bark on the front of it. But it sort of like slips, slides, and tries to recoil, and you see it go rear back, and it's going to try and rake its claws against the front of you. 20 to hit.
I think that hits. Yep.
Take 4 points of slashing damage as it rakes its claws across you. This one rushes over, slipping and sliding, hits the cart, but it had to dash to get to that point, so it can't do anything further. This one, oh, sorry, no, it's up here. This one here is going to attack Goose again. Six to hit. Nope. And the one at your feet, 18 to hit. Is 18 hit, Jesse, or no?
Yeah, 18 hits.
Okay. 4 points of slashing damage from that one, but these two are still in the midst of around you, but they can't do anything. They're not going anywhere. That's that. That's that. Okay, so the soldiers here at this point now, this one begins to rush over here. They're going to start to try and give aid where they can. Let go! We got you, buddy! And they come fucking roaring up behind, just start to try and slash at things. 18-22 hit. So I'd say if anything, they both stuck together. This one gets killed out. Leaving that sort of there. The gunner is going to take a shot here. He takes another 2 steps backwards, and he's going to shoot the one beside you, Goose. 18 hits. This one over here as well is going to shoot the one in front of him. Let's see what happens in that moment. But 18 hits. This one gets blasted and shot. Crumbles down. This one here, opportunity attack, as it leaves his little range here. 9. Doesn't make purchase. The other one gets shot. This one gets damaged really bad. This guy's hurt. That's the end of that. Goose, you're up, followed by Bjorn.
All right. So with the javelin I have inside of this tree dude, I would like to jump up with my bunny hops, and using that javelin, I just want to use the leverage to sling him into this lamp over here.
Okay. Give me a strength check, or you can make an attack roll if you want for it to be an attack roll, or you can make a strength check to see how far you, excuse me, fling that motherfucker.
Let's do an attack.
Okay, yeah, definitely. So you can go ahead and roll damage on that too. And you're throwing them at this pole,
Ideally, I want him. That's why I'm jumping up in the air. I
right?
want to get him into that flame.
Okay. Well, an 18 definitely fucking hits, and for this moment, you fucking manhandle this thing with your javelin, guide it for a second, tries to struggle, but it's already pretty critically wounded, and you just jump up, slam it into the top of this sort of sconce that's ablaze on the top of it, which it does then indeed hit, engulf in flames. Mumbleman, it starts to stir embers in your direction as well as it sort of rains down a little bit on you as you watch this thing get sort of slammed by Goose and this creature before they both plummet down as it breaks and falls, engulfing this in flame, destroying it in the process. And Goose flips off the side of it afterwards. But you're sort of showered in a little bit of ember, but nothing that damages you or anything.
I'm gonna like keep him at the edge of my javelin as just like this big flaming ball now.
Okay. Yeah, you do.
Perfect.
Good job.
And now I'm gonna transfer my hunter's mark down to that guy just in case. Is there any other little tree dudes?
There are, but they're currently a little bit out of sight. You do hear battle still ensuing in some spots, but you're starting to cut through them pretty good here.
Oh, I see one over here. Do I hear like a big group of them somewhere else?
Not at the moment, no.
Okay. Yeah, then I'll just transfer my hunter's mark to this one right here.
Okay.
That'll be my turn.
Okay, Bjorn, you're up.
I'm gonna take a shot at this one right here to try
Sure
to
thing.
help this guard.
16 hits, 8 points of damage. You, as it looks like it's getting ready to rush that guy in his moment of reload, you sink that arrow in and completely fell that creature out, and it stumbles to the ground.
Move up a little bit, positioning right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can see that militia person beside you has just finished reloading as well as getting ready to move forward to attack as well. Does that end your turn?
That ends my turn.
Okay. Those who are close, Barney, Altair especially, you begin to feel some tremoring happening around the area. Whether it's your proximity to this house or there's more crystals emerging from the ground, you're unsure, but the ground begins to shake. This creature here is going to try to lash out towards you, Barney, while the other one here is going to make its dash up using all of its movement to try and run, jump, and then jumps onto the back of this guy here. 7 points. It does not, or 7 to hit, does not hit Barney. So in this moment of being covered in grease, it tries to lash out and it slips a bit forward and completely goes wide with its strike. Ending that one's turn. Yes, that one's gone. That one's gone. The tremoring begins to be felt by everyone in this vicinity as this house either begins to implode or collapse on itself as the roof begins to give in on itself, as more of the vines you can see are contorting and twisting up against the side of the house as it's either constricting it to the point where it's destroying it, or it's just losing its structural integrity and falling in on itself. You're not sure. But top of the round is Altair. This one here, currently Soldier has one on his back and one that was lashing out towards Barney in the moment still.
I will. I will move here. Use my bonus action to shoot an arrow at that guy next to the two sword soldiers.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice is right. Describe to me how
Seven.
you describe to me how you fell this person or this creature.
Oh, I'd like to think that I just, since my bow is more of, it's not like a physical bow. I barely, I don't really pull it back all the way. It's kind of,
Yeah.
it kind of has the finesse of you like playing a harp. And when I shoot it, it goes at blistering speed and just puts a hole right through it.
And you see the guy trying to like fight it off. The other one's getting ready to swing at it before you do that, and it falls to the ground after that.
And then I'll use my last 15 feet to get there. And then I will. I don't think I have my staff out, so I'll slash it with my claws.
Okay.
Nope.
Yeah, no, 9 kind of goes a bit wide, whether it's greasiness preventing it, but it tries to reach to strike Barney, and that's when you strike it. It goes a bit wide and doesn't make purchase, unfortunately.
Sounds good. That's it.
Okay. That rumbling and tremoring continues on the inside of the house as part of this roof completely gives way before you hear this coming from the inside of the building on the inside. Mumbleman, you're up.
Um,
Is that up?
yeah, I thought Josh would go.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Oh, sorry, I had it clipped down too far. Barney, you're up.
No
Sorry.
worries. I'm gonna chop at this thing and like get out of my way and try to chop at it and then run it over, like run over top of it. Oh.
You would have a +2 to that, but unfortunately, that +2 would still miss. But you do hip check it, like you.
Yeah, I'm still gonna try to like hip check it and run through it.
Okay.
And
Where do you want to end up?
I want to run past it
Okay, we'll do
this
something
way.
fun.
I want to start trying to sprint towards this guy because I saw him go down like a couple like 10 seconds ago.
Okay.
And so I want to try to get to him to heal him before he dies.
Okay, so yeah, you push past it. It kind of slips a bit with its grease, but it does maintain its composure, doesn't fall over.
Okay. I think I get this far. Do I have the dash action still, or
No, you attacked. You tried to
yeah? I'd
attack.
say that's a bonus. Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out what the bonus was. Let me think. I think this thing is touch, but let me just read just in case. Yeah. Okay. That's the end of my turn.
Okay. Now it is Mumble Man's turn.
Mumble Man's gonna move out over here, but keeping a complete eye on the house.
Okay.
That sound, I think something's about to emerge. So if something does emerge, I am firing off a spell.
Okay. 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 So you are holding your action.
Yes.
Ending your turn.
Yes.
Okay. The last one here is going to attack you, Altair. 15 to hit.
No.
No? Okay, so yeah, goes wide, tries to rake across. Still slicked in grease, it just is in the middle of struggling here. Ending its turn. After that, you see the guards begin to react to this. That sound comes even further from inside the house as you hear like the sound of smashing, whether it be furniture or the building itself, but things smashing around. The soldier's like, what the fuck's going on? This one, he jumps over the top of the other one. He's going to strike down towards that one that was right behind you. 15 hits. The other one turns to do the same. These two guards just cleave out this one beside you, Altair, like, oh shit, get down. Oh, that was close. And then he kind of hops up over, like, holy shit, what the fuck is that? And then like this one kind of has a moment here to yourselves as you hear all the sounds and the glass breaking, the structure shaking on the inside of this house here.
Yep.
Go ahead.
I asked the guard next to us, is it worth lighting this thing on fire with this grease here?
Oh, I wouldn't think it's complete loss now. I don't see why not. Whatever the fuck's in there, I don't know. And you can see him like bracing himself and sort of stepping back from it a bit. Barney, you could rush over to that one if you want in this moment as well. There's a brief moment of pause while the sound's getting louder and more intense from the inside of the structure.
Are we still in initiative order, or is this like
yes? Yep. No, it's still technically I'm going to hold it. It's just I'm going to have to take a little break here in a second.
I want to light the grease on fire.
Okay, so yeah, you ignite that grease. How do you ignite the grease?
I'd say came from Mumbleman, so I don't know how explosive the grease is. So I probably light a torch and like back up a little bit and throw it.
Okay. All right.
I just want y'all to know something. You jacked it because I was gonna go up to the torch that was broken up here and rip a piece of the plant off and shoot it over with my bow and arrow.
Yeah.
I was about to toss my burning tree man into it.
We'll just make it a group thing. We'll all just throw something fiery in it.
Yeah,
I'm down for that. We all just firebomb his house.
Fire.
Fucking fire everywhere. Yeah. All right. Yeah. We can take a little break here, guys. I need to go washroom. Two, I need to see my wife off for the night. But we'll be back in like 10 minutes if that's cool.
All right.
Yep.
All right.
Sounds good.
Thanks, guys.
I'll be back in just a minute.
I'm gonna have a snack.
Yep.
Hold on.
And recording is going again.
All right. So combined efforts of everyone igniting flames and then tossing them towards this house starts to engulf it. That grease spell sort of ignites and starts to take to the flame a lot more than some of the other points of impact. But that sound on the inside of the house, that starts to become a lot more evident, and you're all sort of bracing yourself for this moment. This guard starts to put some space in, gets up over here. The noises that come from the inside of the house, the guards by you, Altair, as well, start to sort of take a couple steps back. Barney, you were in the midst of trying to aid someone, I believe.
Yeah, so I run up to this guy, and as I run up to him, I've only ever used all of my healing at once. So this time I'm gonna try to think small, and I'm gonna try to heal. Just use a little bit of it.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use lay on hands. 1 point of my lay on hands, or 2 points of my lay on hands.
Okay.
Let's
The
try to heal this
soldier
guy.
sort of awakens, like you see him sort of cough up a bit of blood, and then like, what the hell's going on?
Oh,
Thank you. He's like still
almost
prone
lost
on
you
the
there.
ground, but he's not doing so hot.
Okay, well you just get away from the collapsing house and maybe go into the market over there and
And
get
he
some help.
starts to like slide on his like hands, and then sits propped up against the side of the fence for a second. That tremoring from the inside of that house kind of stops for a moment. The sounds go quiet. You can hear the flame starting to ignite and crackle some of the wood and vines as some of it recoils and twists and gnarls from the fire. And then busting out of the side of this wall here, and this wall here, and this wall here are these creatures that emerge. Quadrupeds, these larger mushroom-like creatures emerge from it. One of them passes, the one that busts through here passes through the flame, which will suffer slightly in the moment. Um, but these taller mushroom-like creatures bust through the walls. On the front of them are these like blade-like side hands, almost like a mantis would have, sort of recoiling. It has these four little legs that move underneath its mushroom-based body as it starts to now like lash and look out around the entire vicinity. This one here, though, like I said, does suffer a little bit of fire damage busting through the wall where the flame was. And this one here busts through and knocks over the statue Altair. And Barney, you watch these creatures emerge, as well as everyone else watches the other ones emerge as it busts through the sides of these walls. And they don't have any sort of visible face or anything like that, but their body twists and pivots around as that mushroom head sort of pulses open and expands like it's taking in the area before it starts to clatter its bladed front arms tink, tink, tink into the ground, getting ready to rush anything in its vicinity. I believe we left off with James finished that. Yeah, so it was Mumbleman that finished. Goose, you're able to react in this moment first, followed by Bjorn.
Mumbleman had ready an action if
Sorry, you had readied something to let go as soon as anything came out. You're right. Sorry.
so I'm casting grease, but I'm gonna cast it over on this guy by the fire.
Okay.
Um, so not the guy directly in front of me, but over here. So it's a 10-foot square, just so you know.
Okay. Deck save.
Yep.
That's a D20. It's a 10. 10.
He fails it and falls prone.
Okay.
And
Okay.
that whole area is covered in grease with the fire, so it should be going out.
Okay.
And that's all I had prepared. I wish I had a thought to run, but I didn't.
That's okay. The grease begins to ignite and further as you hear this. As it starts to burn and writhe, you watch its mushroom head pulsing and then tries to spasm out against the side of this fence, breaking it in the process, but it becomes slightly engulfed in flames. Go ahead and roll 2d6 fire damage, please. Okay, so 6 puppets, or 5 puppets. Okay. Now we're going to go with Goose, followed by Bjorn, please.
Did we as a group chuck our flammable objects at the house, or do I still got my little flaming tree man?
You had thrown it at the house, sort of in combined with Altair igniting the other one and Bjorn tossing the sconce onto the other side. So that part is gone. You don't have your flaming buddy with you anymore.
Got you. All right. I'm gonna point my sword arm at this lovely dude over here.
Okay.
I'm gonna transfer my hunter's mark to him. And can I use this other thing in conjunction with hunter's mark?
Yeah, you can.
You okay?
All right. And I'm gonna charge him.
Okay. You can see this
Oh,
large mushroom creature, these bladed hands come rushing out of the wall, still covered in some debris as you rush in to make your attacks against it.
I'll do short sword. Damn.
Yeah, 9 unfortunately does not hit. It actually hits the front of it, but where it hits, it doesn't seem to break through its sort of tree bark base.
And that's my turn.
Okay. Bjorn, you are up.
Alright, Bjorn grabs out his short bow now, seeing how these guys are all close range. And I will make a fire at the one that's right in front of Goose.
Okay. Yeah, you do. 7 points. Okay, 1 sec. Okay. Yeah, so you sink an arrow into that one, and it goes right into like the plumage of the mushroom. Sinks in pretty well. You can see it sort of writhe a little bit from that, and then react poorly.
That's my turn.
Okay. The one here that is currently ablaze is going to rush on fire towards this guy here, and you can see it sort of like that ghost sort of walk where something moves really quick along the bottom, so its body doesn't really look like it moves that much. It kind of just across with the arms sort of the blade arms drawn out, and it's going to make like a dual cleave attack towards this guy, and you can see him get ready to like, oh shit, he goes, ah! Lets a shot off before it attacks towards him. First strike not hitting, second strike definitely hitting. Sinks the blade into his, like the top part of his thigh, and he's like, yeah! And then it just like cleaves his leg right off as he falls prone on the ground, starting to try and drag himself away. That ends that one's turn. Altair, you are up, followed by Barney. This one here is still trying to assess the vicinity. It's covered in debris and vines from breaking through the side of the wall, but it's just sort of standing there in the middle of it. You can see its large blade arms starting to dig into the dirt as it looks for life in its vicinity.
Just 2 quick thoughts. One, he was prone and had to use half his motion to get up.
You're right. Sorry, let me fucking do that, because that was the one that I moved. Which it would not have been able to get to that guy and only get to about here. So yes, thank you.
Any ongoing fire damage?
And then at the end of that, it will take. Sorry, man. Thank you. Oh, fuck. Okay. But yeah, that guy is not downed.
Okay.
So thank you. And Altair, you're up.
Um, we'll do. I will give guiding bolt another try on
This is
the guy.
this is it, man. This is it. This is the one.
Nope.
Surely.
Nope.
Fuck, it's not the one.
And
Crazy.
then question: how long were we sitting there waiting for them
It
to
would have
come out?
probably under a minute. Like it was not much
Under a
time.
minute. Okay.
I'd say 45 seconds. How about that?
Okay. I'm just trying to see how long my starry form lasts. I guess it lasts an hour, just like wild shape. But okay. I guess I'll use my arrow and fling it at it as a bonus action.
Yeah, the form lasts for 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Sweet. Okay.
Yep.
Then, yep, a 24 for 11 radiant
24
damage.
definitely hits. That one sinks into the front of it. That's radiant energy sort of sears off of it, and it sort of burns part of its mushroom to it. It sort of wriggles into place for a moment before it sort of pivots on itself, and you see like the blade arms like focus on you after that.
And then I will. I will go here with
Okay.
my movement, and that is it.
Okay, Barney, you're up. You see this creature emerge from the building after you res that dude up. The soldiers are starting to like backstep a bit while their blades are in. What the fuck is that?
I see it and I go, oh, I'm not drunk enough for this. And I'll run up to the corner here and kind of stay behind the box.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna kind of just stay behind and see what happens and see if I can get it from the side, or I'm not gonna run up and just fight it head on.
Okay. Sounds good. Sorry, you're holding an attack, or sorry, you're just holding.
I'm just waiting. There.
Okay. Okay. Sure. Okay. First up is this one here. That goose you had started to attack. You can see it sort of backtracks a bit, like one step, raises its both of its arms up, and it's going to try and like pierce attack towards you with both of them. The first one is. Oh. Okay. Well, we'll see how this goes.
Goose is down.
9 points of damage. Goose is down?
Oh, oh no! I thought that 26 was the damage.
No, that's the hit.
Yep,
But
Goose is
that
still up.
okay. That's its first attack. Second attack is a 20 to hit.
It hits.
Oh fuck! 3 points more damage. As both of these things, and you sort of try and move out of the way a bit, and it sort of dampens the blow as it sinks the other one in, and then pulls back. Ending that one's turn. This one here is going to rush between these two guards here, and is going to try and attack both of them. Both hit. And this guard here goes down. This one gets attacked and then falls backwards on the ground, ending their turns there. Mumble Man, you are up.
Mom is gonna get all stupid and misty step. Back here. So not in the fire, but giving flanking.
Okay.
And then he's going to pull out his short sword because he can't do anything with the sling and attack this guy.
Okay, he's going to +2 with that flank there.
Can't relate.
11 does not hit, unfortunately.
Hang on just a second. I want to double check. No, I do not have the inspiration. Okay. Yeah, and I'll stay there.
Okay. This soldier here, injured, pulls back, stands, and just sort of takes 2 steps back with his blade still drawn, facing it. He's like, "What the fuck? The fuck is that, Garrett?" And is not looking so great. The gunner besides you, Bjorn, is going to shoot the one that's within your buddy's range there. Does pretty good damage. A good chunk of this one blows off the side of it. This guy here as well is going to take 2 steps back and then shoot towards the other one. 15 just hits. So yeah, that one gets shot as well. Let's play Soldier Bastards. Goose, you're up, followed by Bjorn.
All right. Yeah, no, I'm kind of stuck in this situation. Let's try it one more time.
Fuck.
Goose was doing so good against the little tree dudes.
Big mushroom dudes, not so much apparently. 7 unfortunately does not hit.
Seeing my bad luck here, I'm gonna bunny hop away.
Okay.
Hey, wait!
Does that provoke anything or no? I think it prevents that, right?
No, it doesn't provoke any attacks of opportunity.
Okay, so it's like mobile, sort of.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, too quick for it to react in the moment. But yeah, you can jump away if you want. Oh, it's not tempting.
How far am I from the top of this roof?
I'd probably put it 15 feet away, 10, 15 feet up. So you're about 22 feet away, give or take.
I'll just jump back 10 feet.
Okay. Yeah, you sort of disengage a little bit away from that creature after its flurry of mushroom blows here, and okay. Anything else you like to do?
That'll be it.
Okay. Bjorn, you are up, man.
I'm going to fire a shot off my short bow at this guy.
Sure thing. 19 fucking hits. Nice. 6 points of damage.
Why are you using your longbow? Wouldn't it be doing 2 more points of damage?
Because longbow has disadvantage at short range under 80 feet.
When did that happen?
That's what I thought it's always been.
I don't think so. Yeah, firing within 5 feet of a longbow is disadvantage. Normal range is 150. Max range is 600.
Well, fuck me.
I don't.
I'm using
Yeah,
a
no.
longbow, but for future reference.
I think I was going off of flavor at first, but I wasn't going to stop what you were doing, so I was like, okay, you're switching it up. It makes sense to me. Like, yeah, okay.
No, like I guess I just never really looked into it because I just went off and I guess maybe it was my old DM's personal
Okay, yeah,
house
maybe.
rules, and I didn't realize it. I thought
That's
it was
okay.
actual legit. So yeah, I would have been using my longbow the whole time.
Yeah, yeah.
So after hearing this, Bjorn switches back to his longbow for the next shot he does.
That one as well. You sink that arrow into, kind of staggers a little bit, and this sort of green ichor begins to sort of leak out. Mumbleman around you can see it's starting to get a bit hurt.
Oh, that's okay. I don't plan on surviving to the next round.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's my turn.
Okay. Sweet. Awesome. This one here, still on fire. So I will get. Let's do Mumbleman, since it was the flames there that you called it before. Roll a d6 for me, please, as it rushes up to attack this guy here.
Okay, a quick random question for you.
Mhm.
Did I have time to finish my barrel shield before?
I'd say, yeah, you're probably working on it in your.
I just want to make sure I know what my AC is.
Yep. Okay, so in that moment, the one that was on fire, you can roll that fire damage. Oh, you did there. Sorry. So yeah, it's still ablaze, takes more damage, but fells out that other militiaman before taking 10 more feet of movement towards the next living creatures that it sees, which is you, Bjorn, and the others that are over there. That ends that one's turn. We're back up to the top with Altair, followed by Barney.
Do
You
I?
watch, you
I
watch this
guess
one shoot up and just destroy one guard before the other one sort of fell back and is now sort of like trying to reposition himself.
is Mumbleman screaming for his life?
Not that you hear, or is
I do.
Mumbleman screaming for his life?
No, just the hey, get back here, or where are you going when he hopped away?
Then I'm not gonna make my way that over there. I will stay with this one.
Okay.
I will. I will take out my staff. Bonus action. Shillelagh. And I will. Get right here and hold my action until it gets into range
Okay.
to attack.
Sure thing. You can see it's turned and sort of pivoted around now. It's like shifting its bladed arms towards the direction of you guys, and you sort of move in the way of that soldier and put your staff up to ready an attack. Ending your turn.
Yep.
Okay, Barney, you're up, man.
Okay. So when I see this thing down this thing, I go, ah, damn. And I'm gonna run up to this side of it and kind of slash into the back and take this thing's attention because I'll feel bad
Okay.
if it downs anyone else again.
Okay. So you rush up. Altair, you watch Barney rush past. Blade
Was
around
This drunk guy.
was that flanking with Mumbleman?
Sorry, what was that?
earlier. Yeah, it would have been flanking with Mumbleman, but that still would have only put it at a 9 to hit.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, doing a +2, not advantage. Found advantage flanking a little bit too strong, but that's okay. But yeah, sorry, 23 definitely hits 6 points of damage. You kind of sink into it, and you can see it's kind of soft where you sink in, and the creature kind of like wriggles for a bit before you withdraw.
When I withdraw, I'm gonna use my last little movement. I'm gonna kind of like try to start shuffling around the side of it.
Okay.
I guess like here.
Okay.
That's how much I had. And that's the end of my turn.
Okay. End of your turn. This one here looks like it's going to get ready to lunge towards Goose, but realizes behind it is this little old man. That it then turns and tries to cleave one attack across the top. 10 to hit,
That's a miss.
and then followed with its second one for an 18 to hit.
Which is the same as my armor class.
Okay, so meets it, beats it. 5 points of slashing damage as it hits your arm as you try to put up your shield to defend it. It breaks across the side of you, and now is still standing above you, like harrowing up over above and sort of bobbing back and forth. It is your turn now, Mumbleman, after that.
Take my sword, foul creature.
16 hits. Sweet.
And let's see here.
It kind of goes low and shrinks in on itself a little bit, like the mushroom sort of retracts and then sort of expands again. So you can definitely see as it pumps out more of that green ichor, it's starting to look pretty fucked up.
Yeah, I'll hop back and forth from foot to foot. You shall perish at the end of my blade. Blah, blah, and he starts to mumble to himself like he's like some great, warrior from ages past.
Yeah. He's just attacking the fence.
Hey, come on. He hit this thing's like knee at least.
Ding, 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 ding. Ha ha.
He basically stuck his sword out in a straight line and this thing like accidentally ran into it.
Yeah. Anything else you're doing, Mumbleman?
No, that's it.
Okay. Okay, so the one here before you, Barney, was going to rush towards the others, but instead turns towards you. First strike is a 21 to hit and an 8.
Nope.
So the first one here, as it rears up with one, pierces down 8 points of slash or piercing damage. And then the second one, you use your shield in the moment and sort of rake off. It kind of bobs a little bit. It doesn't break its thing, but kind of moves around you a little bit, but not away. This soldier here is like, fuck it, it's the time, and he goes running in. Guard does some good damage. You see a bit of green ichor shoot out to the side as the guard kind of takes a moment of that flanking situation here, and he's like, yeah, fuck you, it's for Garrett. And then the other one's up here. This one beside you has had reloaded as well. He sort of steps sideways and shoots towards this one here. His gun actually detonates in his hand. The misfire kind of happens, and the top part of the gun just. And it's sort of like for a second, Bjorn, you think you're going to get hit by something, but you don't. And he's kind of like, ow! And you look over and he's missing one of his fingers off of his hand. He's like, ah, fuck! That's that. Goose, you're up, followed by Bjorn.
All right. I would like to climb up to this little post right here.
Okay.
And I want to kind of like jump and shove this lamp down onto the mushroom dude.
Okay, so part of that lamp was damaged and broken from when you slammed that creature into it before, which knocked the sconce off. So it's not on fire anymore, but there is still like the pole part of it there that you could break off towards it if you so wish.
Sure.
I know it's hard to describe it with that picture still being there, but yeah, you had smashed that one off of it that you had set ablaze prior.
Okay.
So that, yeah, you can definitely still smash this pole down towards this creature if you want.
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Something's better than nothing.
All right, so yeah, you can make an attack roll, I guess, against this and just see what happens with our result here.
What about an athletics check?
Sure, that works too. I was going to say that or an athletics check to just sort of push it over. We'll put DC 12 since it was already damaged. Nice, yes. You kick that over. Go ahead and roll 2d8. Please and thank you. And Mumble Man, you sort of like have this moment where you're like, yeah, fight me! And you watch this pole from behind his goose just pushes it over, teeters, falls, and then hits across the side of its back as this pole falls down and smashes into like one back half of its legs and does some good damage to it.
Can it also be like riding the edge of it down so I'll land on top of him as well?
Yeah, sure.
Perfect. I'm right on top of the mushroom, dude.
Oh, so, okay, so yeah, I'll just move it so you can see yourself a little bit. But yeah, you are currently on top of the creature as well. And that one as well is starting to give way to the weight of you as well, indicating its level of weakness. That one's pretty fucked up.
Perfect.
Anything else you'd like to do?
I feel like I've used all the action economy I could that turn.
Okay. I would also give you a D6 of inspiration for your thoughtful creativeness of the surrounding area.
Nice.
Okay.
Thank you.
No problem. And so Bjorn, you're up, man.
Okay, so I'm actually going to charge forward right here.
Okay.
And I'm going to pull up my little stone and giant say thunder wave. And I'm gonna use my thunder wave.
Okay, awesome. Is that a con save on its part? Yeah, it is. Okay.
Yeah, DC 13.
Not so strong. Okay.
Ooh.
Well, it is an
And I added D6 to that damage real quick because it has my hunter's mark.
okay, sure.
My bad.
No, that's good, man. It's all good. Oh, that is making that thing pretty fucked up. That's like, ooh. But yes, Thunder Wave. So half as much on a failed save. Creature takes 2d8 and is pushed 10 feet back. On a success, the creature takes half as much damage. So yeah, you can roll the damage, but it did succeed.
I mean, it already has it in there.
Oh,
11.
okay. So it did too. Thank you. So yeah, it takes 6 points. And everyone hears this loud sort of emanate from the area in which Bjorn is around, and it just sort of fills this and echoes out from that location. The creature gets sort of knocked back, but sort of remains by that. The fire almost licks out for a moment before it comes back, still sort of sticking to some of the exposed bark-like areas on it.
And this little husk body would get launched 10 feet.
Yeah, okay, yeah, fucking right away. Hits the side of the fence over there. Yeah.
That's really all I can do now. I just have my bow at the ready. That didn't go the way I was wanting it to, but oh well.
Okay.
That's my turn.
That's your turn. Okay, so That's this one up beside you, is going to retaliate by trying to cleave towards you. It sort of does this bob backwards. You see it put both its claws into the cobblestone and then just rake sideways with it. It's going to try and hit you with both of its attacks at the same time. 16 to hit on the first one, 9 to hit on the second one.
For me?
Yep.
16 hits, 9 misses.
9 misses. You take 10 points of slashing damage as it rakes that one bladed arm across the front of you. The second one not making purchase, though. And it sort of bobs this way, ends its turn, but it also is going to take some fire damage here because it is still ablaze. 6 points. It's starting to look pretty fucking burnt and charred up, but it still seems quite intent on healing. Back to the top of this, Altair. In that moment, you hear down the road behind you, "Hi! That it is! Help him out!" You can see a group of soldiers have appeared at the opposite end of the street and that are beginning to now rush towards this area. But it is your turn, followed by Barney.
Now that I have both my shillelagh active and my archer constellation active, my staff is now just, there's no bow. My staff is just incredibly radiant. And an arrow just shoots out from the top of it at the one close to us, or
Cool.
close to me.
I will say in that moment of you doing that, because it's pretty fucking cool, it'd be the flanking bonus would add, so obviously it still hits with a 16, but 8 points of damage as it blasts into that, blasting off like a section of this whole rear bark, and it exposes some of the inside of the sort of mycelium-like creature that it is, dealing some damage, and with your cool description and use of your abilities, lowering its AC in the moment.
And then I walk up to it and hit it with my shillelagh.
Yeah, you do. Definitely has flanking on this one. 16 again hits. That does some good damage. That creature is getting pretty hurt by this as well.
And that's my turn.
Yeah, fuck, cut him down. Get him. The soldier's just like feeling the heat of battle. Barney, you're up.
Feeling bad that this guy went down, and because I let the monster run by, I feel like I need to get him up, especially because this guy was so seemingly close with him. So I'm like, I need to think of the way to distract this monster. And Barney goes, oh no, a beautiful plant monster! And he points at the burning building, and then he runs and slides towards this guy, and he's gonna dives towards him, and he's gonna heal him.
Now, you don't know if it's your call out attempt to distract or if it was a call out that made it realize that you were trying to slip away as it turns to try and just slash towards that area, not making purchase. So perfect as you just dodge out of the way and make your way over there.
And I'll use two points of my lay on hands. Is it this one? Yeah.
Oh fuck! What the fuck happened? What the
Oh,
fuck is that? You can see he's so prone, but he's awake now.
there we go. You're okay.
You're
Whew.
doing good.
Pat him on
You're
the
doing
back, and I'll stand up and get in front of him.
okay.
And that's the end of my turn.
Okay. The one that now Goose and Mumbleman are on, it's going to try to attack Mumbleman, but it'll be at disadvantage because you're on top of its head. Natural 1. Okay. So, as it goes to swing towards Mumbleman, it cleaves out so hard, misses, that it kind of does like the whoop, like you swing a baseball bat too hard, spins itself around, falls backwards, prone onto the ground. And Goose, you're on top of it. Now it's going to try and attack you with disadvantage, or just out of a flailing state, which is a 18 to hit.
18 hits.
Oh, well, that's not very friendly, is it? 6 points of damage though, but it is prone and you're still on top of it.
I am laying unconscious on top of it.
Oh no! Oh my god, no. Okay, so yeah, both of you kind of go down in this flurry. Mumbleman, you watch it try and hit you, and then it falls over, and then in that moment, it sort of half impales Goose a bit as it falls on the ground, and you realize that Goose is now sort of stuck to the top of this creature here. But it cannot move. It does not go anywhere. Mumbleman, you're up.
It's still prone, right?
Yep.
I I attack, trying not to hit Goose.
Okay, that'll be an advantage because it is prone.
Uh,
Oh damn! Yeah, awesome. Describe to me, Mumbleman, how you fell this creature.
as
Because
I
this one
see
was already really fucked up. So
as I see Goose go down, I close my eyes, take a deep breath, and swing with all of my might, missing Goose by mere fragments of an inch, and skewering this thing in a most vital area.
okay. It falls over. Well, it had already fallen over, but it exposes this weak spot as you stab your sword into it. Its blade sort of falls over, and Goose falls off of it, rolling onto the ground, no longer impaled by it. But as it sort of life leaves its body, you see it sort of puff up, and then, and as it does that, as it seems to perish, spores release from its body. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please. And Goose, Constitution saving throw as well with disadvantage, please.
Goose isn't breathing. What's he need to make Constitution saving throw for?
Well, that's what it's in. It's a disadvantage.
I would say advantage, but I'm just trying to help my brother out.
Okay.
Uh,
You feel the spores enter in that moment, and you're like, "Oh, what the fuck?" You don't suffer any damage, nothing like that, but you breathe in a good breath of that. Unconscious Goose, unfortunately, does not breathe in some of these spores. That is that. That one is down. Awesome.
I told you I'd slay you, you foul beast. And then I look up and yell at Bjorn that I'll save you, and I use my movement to run in behind him.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna just move Goose just a little bit off there, just because you had rolled off the body. Ending your turn, Mumbleman.
Yes.
Okay. This one down here that's being flanked up begins to go into a bit of a fury, and starts to spin. And it's going to make one attack against the soldier behind it, and then one attack against you, Altair. This is for the soldier. Not hitting. This is for Altair. Oh, fuck. Okay. Altair, you take, as you see it break into the one, the guard's like, yeah, get out of here, and parries off the blade. And then it uses that moment, you sort of look over and you're like, nice, as it sinks into the side of your rib cage. You take 8 points of piercing damage as that blade sinks in and then pulls out. Staying put. Plate soldier goes up. He is going to attack. Like, no, buddy, I've got you. And he hits it, sinks in, does some damage. I don't think this gunner here. Still like, my fucking hand. Ah, fuck. Hits up against the side of the wall and is just clutching his hand in pain. Doesn't really do anything. Goose, I need a death saving throw from you, please, and thank you. Oh, okay, one. Bjorn, you're up.
Just take a shot at the one that's right in front of me.
Okay. I'd be technically flanking with that would be a +2. That's really weird to say with a range, but that's how this is. Damn, that's pretty good.
Okay, but he's
Describe.
attacking at disadvantage, is he not?
Nope, because he doesn't have that. It's part of his one thing he's got. He's not at disadvantage with close range.
Oh, okay.
I
But
can't use any other weapon.
describe to me how you fell this creature, Bjorn.
As I hear Mumble Man saying, I will help you or save you," or whatever he said, and he comes running up, and the mushroom kind of turns towards him, I drop down and angle the bow up from the ground up and just shoot an arrow straight through him.
And it does, and it pierces all the way through. You can actually hear it clatter on this cobblestone behind it, and where that hole emerges from its sort of fungal head, it lets the sporous things out as it collapses over and falls and hits the ground and sort of puffs out a cloud. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please, Bjorn.
Would it move me?
Mumble Man, you see that happening, and you don't need to do anything. You're not affected by it any further. You can turn your breath if you wish in the moment. You catch yourself as well, Bjorn, and cover your face as it does, and you sort of step back away from that, and not affected by it.
I will. No. Use my movement, and I'll run to about right here, for as far as I can get.
Yeah, you rush up here, and you can see Goose sort of laying out, starting to bleed out a bit on the ground.
Yeah, on my next turn, I'm gonna try to stabilize him.
Okay. Very well. We are now moving back as that creature has been felled to Altair and Barney. Sorry, the top of the round, actually, these guards would have rushed 60 feet in your direction using full dash as a troop. Sorry, please continue.
Is there a way I can make, instead of doing 2 attacks, since I know my archer thing would be at disadvantage, is there a way to combine it into 1 attack that if I hit, I do more damage?
Hell yeah, describe how you're going to do it, though. This is what I'm talking about.
I guess I will try and kind of do it like I'm stabbing with the staff, and at the same time, the arrow comes out of the tip of it
Okay, I
to
see.
try and burn and push it in.
Okay. I'd
Um,
say hell yeah, that's pretty sweet. Roll at an attack. Unfortunately, there's no one currently flanking with you at the moment, so it's just a straight roll, and we'll see how well this fucking plays out. Because it sounds really cool. 24 definitely hits. All right, so roll your damage. Okay, you did, and then now roll your damage for your archer attack.
that has the plus in it as well for the wisdom, so I don't know if you want to take that out or keep it.
Nah, dude, that's cool. This is a-okay. That attack. Describe where you hit that creature with that attack.
Right now, I'm not worried about potentially harvesting any part of it, so I try and attack it where I think it's either its heart or its like intelligence is. So probably in the up under the cap, I guess,
Okay.
and just try and blast a hole point blank into it.
Which you do. You leave this large hole as you sink your staff in, and then let that arrow attack go through with your form, and it sort of does this shrill shriek as you blow a hole straight through it, and it uses its blade arms to sort of try and prop itself up, as it was pretty hardy still, but now it is in very critical condition after that attack. You can see it almost like right on the end of death's door. With Barney being up next, how would you react to this, Barney?
Sorry, me?
Yep. You watch
Uh,
Altair do this crazy attack that just like blows a hole through the top of it, but it's still trying to keep itself upright. You in this moment can either add to it or do whatever you wish.
oh yeah, I'll like as it's trying to keep itself up, I'll go for like one of the base of its back limbs,
Okay.
and just try to take it off there from
You
behind.
sort of you go and rush forward in this moment and try and make this attack. Um, the first time you feel the surge as you go to swing, you feel your holy symbol sort of invigorate you. This sense and surgence comes forth. As you do, you can make that attack with advantage. So it can roll another one. I was going to say that before you actually hit it, but which hits, and you also feel for the first time some form of aid or guidance from something, this otherworldly sort of entity, invigorates your strike as you use Divine Smite for your first time. And so go ahead and roll 2 more d8. And Alter, you watch this sort of purplish energy emit from the end of Barney's steel short sword as the bottom part of this creature just gets cleaved and then falls over, landing here, hitting the ground, and then sort of bursting into a puff of spore. I need Barney and Alter to make Constitution saving throws, please. But this power surgence from the two of you in this moment fell this creature really quick. And both of you are like, oh, that was what the fuck? And you sort of pull back. And Barney, you feel it like go deep into your lungs, whatever that is you just breathed in, as well as you, Altair. And but this creature before you is felled, and you guys have successfully defeated these creatures.
Okay, bit of
The
role
house is
play
now
here.
fully engulfed in flames.
Bit of role
And so,
play. Before Bjorn can actually help to stabilize Goose, you hear from Mumbleman, I'll save you, Goose. And he does a run and slide for his movement, and then his action, he'll use medicine.
okay.
So he just completely cuts Bjorn right off.
You're going to try and stabilize him?
Yep.
Okay, so you can make a medicine check. Bjorn, you watch Mumbleman or hear him, and he comes running over and jumps over, slides down in front of him like he's got a med pack out already in his hand, and he just like slams Goose with it across the head. Boom! Like, no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, you go in and start to stabilize him as you're about to do the same thing. So how do you react to that?
But you heard the exact same words too from like 6 seconds ago when he said he'd save you, and now he's gonna save Goose.
I just kind of look down and watch this little man go running past me. He thinks he's moving quick, but he's really barely moving because how old he is. And I'm just staring at him. I just let him
Um,
do his thing. I'm like, okay.
I risk breaking a hip to slide in for this save, okay?
Okay. I watch him slide in. And I
um,
kind of just let him do his thing. I'm like, okay. You
yeah,
save him.
all right.
You got it. You're a strong, independent woman.
Jesse, can you roll a d4 for me, please? Okay, so you'll be unconscious for 3 hours, but Goose is stable. 1 second, also. I just was summoned 1 second.
Sure beats dying.
Yeah.
Hate to say it, but I kind of gotta go. Cat's doing something really weird right now. So awesome session tonight, guys. Sorry that I gotta call it really quick, but I need to kind of take care of something here.
Anyways,
No
good luck with that.
worries.
All right, well, everything goes right.
Good session.
Yeah,
Good
thanks,
time,
guys. Sorry, I'll message you guys. I'll figure this out. One sec.
Yep.
That was good.
All right.